there, Patrick. Yes, it's Louise. I was thinking of you as I decided to spend some time reflecting back on this year with what the puppets are working to teach viewers. I like to stop and think about the year as we head towards a new one. And it was in 2021 that us puppets started the Death to Do List series, now having completed over 50 videos. It's been a tough few years, Patrick. COVID, lockdowns, restrictions, rules, etc., has made us all a bit more timid, I think. Often I don't know what to say to someone, and I hate the silence which seems to ask, "What do you feel about Mass?" or other deeper concerns. But I like to think on the loving side of things. And so, for the end of the year, I'm bringing up the writing of ethical wills. No? Well, they aren't some legal form or anything. They're kind of a peace of mind tribute on paper. Or it doesn't have to be on paper. Live life as you wish to be remembered. Put those values down. Paper, audio, recording. The only place I find consistent reference to ethical wills and legacy letters is on that www.everplans.com. And you type ethical wills after that. It's an opportunity today, not tomorrow, or not on your deathbed, to share life lessons, personal values, specific blessings, hopes, and dreams, and any unsaid apologies. I want to be sure my letters are from the heart, and I'm going to make it my New Year's Eve plan. Yeah, we talked about legacy, and that's part of this, but by writing down a personal document to communicate life lessons to your loved ones and family, they and even future generations you don't even know can learn from you and remember your stories well after your death. There's no one perfect way to get writing except to start. I am starting mine. I'm creating an ethical will. My answer is I want to be sure I've shared things I assumed I had, but in our busy world, I realize that may not be true. You can go to www.everplans.com/ethical will. There's a couple pages of questions that you can just use or cut and paste. I think it's fun. A great question as one example is, what traits do you think you got from your parents? How about another one? What was your family like when you were growing up? Or did you have pets in your childhood days? What was the car you learned to drive with? Or the first car you actually owned? Living on a farm, we always had collies or German shepherds. I got my license with my parents' one car, a light yellow Ambassador station wagon with the far back having an actual door. And when I bought my first car, of course, it had to be an AMC too. When the heck did they stop producing those? Wow, I feel old. If you're married, you might want to share how you met or how the actual proposal happened. Were there real memorable moments from your wedding? Any details you can share in general company? About the honeymoon? And if you had been divorced, explain why or any details that you really want to share. Another helpful question, if you're willing, is writing about what lessons divorce taught you. I surely learned so much after being divorced. I wish I'd known in advance. Guess you just can't tell people and expect them to live their life differently. We all do what we feel is right at the time. You're taking notes? No need. I'll send you to more websites where you can have some fun deciding what to write and what to think about. Another example could be at www.personalhistorians.org and type in ethical wills. It's interesting to read different ideas about how to share your personal stories. You can keep things light and talk about hobbies and musicians or books and sports. You can add your favorite sayings. You can get more serious and share what one or two important things that you learned from your parents. How about sharing what you felt is important that you had learned from your own children? Or share a tradition that you cherished when you were growing up. Another thing you probably want to write down is who do you want to be able to read the finished document? I mean, you don't want to give it to everybody. You probably want to share it with particular people, and that's your choice. Direct a note to someone you trust, telling them what to do with it. You excited to think more about what you want to share as your letters from your heart? I hoped so. Too often we are just too busy focusing on the formal or the legal and not the human touch. Have some fun with it, Patrick, and let's talk later. Bye, dear friend. Later. And you listeners, as we close up 2021, please be sure you've subscribed and that you're sharing the Death to-Do List series with others. We need you to subscribe. Thanks, y'all.